myself, and I'm delayed by a bit. It's on the screen, which I find very weird, but that's all right. I think I'm the one person watching, which is kind of cool. Oh, we got 4 people. That's crazy. I'm enjoying an orange, which is awesome. What are you guys doing? Who's with me? That's the real question. Hmm. Really just wanted to hop on because I think I'm going to start live streaming every other week on my off weeks. As if you caught where I was, sorry, I'm peeling all the sour stuff off of my oranges. Did you know that? And I'm sure you did if you got my canning video. The little rinds and strings that come connected to the oranges, that stuff right there, that's what makes it bitter. It can actually take away from the sweetness. If you can get all that off of there, it'll make it sweet with every bite, which is kind of cool, I think. But like I said, I want to start live streaming on the off weeks when I'm not putting out videos. If you caught maybe my last video, second to last video, I don't remember now, but I talked about it wasn't a cooking video, so it'd been maybe 3 videos ago. I had talked about all the stuff we had going on, with the remodel. I've got like 3 different things I'm working on right now. Between getting a new kitchen together, and then we got some stuff going on the outside in the backyard that we're trying to get buttoned up, along with we will eventually start working on the basement, but in the middle of the remodel for the kitchen, I also have to do the office, because everything that was out here in the kitchen is now going into the office, and that is it's coming along swimmingly, but it's taking forever because we don't, it's not like I have a crew and an endless budget, so it's just me, Chris when she can, and my son when he can, which isn't very often. I mean, it was a good distance away, so I get help when I can, but for the most part I do things by myself, and I'm fine with that. That way, if it gets screwed up, it's my fault, right? But that being said, we'll give it a few more minutes, see if anybody shows up here. This was impromptu, so I didn't decide till earlier today. I was on for a couple minutes just to kind of see how to set up a live stream. What was the process? And that was interesting. That was fun. Hands down. It's an interesting process. It'll be easier, I think, when we finally get a microphone and camera for the computer here. Like I said, right now I've got my phone that's actually doing the live streaming, but then behind that I've got my computer monitor that doesn't have a microphone. It does have a camera. Obviously, I can see myself, but it doesn't have a microphone, so you wouldn't be able to hear me. But then that way I can read comments if you have any. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, hands down. Much like the videos, just keep it civil. Yeah, that's all. Think before you type. And before anybody jumps on and asks, I'm not an alien. I can't go tour my neighbor's house. That was an earlier live stream question, which I thought was kind of cute. It's one of my friends that asked that. I have the biggest eclectic group of friends, and I love every last one of them. It's so much fun. Hands down fun. There's interesting things going on. If you've never been on I'm hosting a live stream end of things. This is kind of cool. Cooking. thought about doing cooking every once in a while on live. I notice that seems to be and has been for a minute just some uh, things they've been other YouTubers have been doing is the live cooking, and I thought that would be kind of interesting. Hey, Jace, how you doing? Yeah, I'm glad you stopped by. Hands down. How are you? So far it's just me and you, and that's all right. Yeah, all right. Where are you from? That's probably been the coolest thing about YouTube. Excuse me. In doing YouTube, I have met so many interesting people. Awesome, awesome. Richland, that's very cool. Where's that at in Washington? Burbank. Oh wow, that is so cool. Yeah, and the amount of people I have met from just on YouTube, mostly via comments from around the world is crazy. I had a video that absolutely just blew up. Not even sure why, but it has 165,000 views. And to be honest with you, it's not even one of my better videos. But it was the one for potato candy, and I ended up meeting and talking to people from Ireland and South Africa and North Africa and Vietnam and I just all kinds of places. And it was really a treat. I never once. Yeah, what's your question, babe? Yeah, I've done. Yeah, and I never thought I would have nearly the subscribers I have, or anything like that. Um, and yet here the channel's grown, and it continues to grow and prosper, and that's kind of cool. Hands down, hands down, and it's brought its uniqueness and challenges. You know, there's so many things I like to do, so many things I want to share, but they say the best way to keep yourself relevant in the algorithm, it's always about the algorithm, which makes me crazy. Uh, it is to stick with one thing. So we do a lot of cooking and a lot of baking, yeah, which is fun. I mean, I like food, and that's what I like to do. But I mean, there's a lot more to me than that. You know, when I first started back on YouTube, initially I did aquatic fish, and then life got in the way. We moved. I wasn't able to do aquatic fish anymore, so then I brought back. I came back with food, and but I also wanted to make myself relevant enough for future generations of my family. You know, to be able to have like my great grandchildren be able to see who I am, and that I think would be an absolutely amazing experience for them. Most people are forgotten within 2 to 3 generations, and I wanted to see how long I could kind of make that roll out there. But now it's growing, and I still have a lot of fun doing it, and I will hope to do this for as long as I can. It's going to be an interesting. It's been an interesting 5 years. You know, business growing, and the channel growing, and now I mean we're taking on the projects that we are. This kitchen we're going to do right. It's going to be a lot of fun. Nothing horribly fancy. I have no desire to have a studio kitchen, so to speak, or a super high end. I'm a millionaire kitchen, but a nice functional kitchen, something bigger than what we're sitting in right now. I mean, the kitchen I'm in right now is 7 feet by 9, almost 9 feet. It's not big, not by any means. You're seeing pretty much the entire width of it in the camera. and right behind you is the doors. So we need more space. If you look at some of my older videos from 2 and 3 years ago, well, I guess it'd be 3 years ago now, the kitchen I was in then was the perfect size kitchen, and that was in our last, the house we were renting. It was sharp, hands down. You couldn't hate on it at all. Um, but there's a lot of things that we want to do going down the road. It's like the canning and the preserving, love it. Is always good. The doing the dry goods now is something new to me, and important, hands down. So I mean, if there's things you guys would like to see, I mean, if you watch this later on down the road and leave a comment, just let me know if there's something you'd like to see me make or bake or can or process. We can do all the above. Sorry, I was steady looking at all the different. There's, I, I wish you guys could see it, but there's a lot that goes on this side of the camera, especially on your phone. And I took my glasses off, so now I'm really, not able to quite see as well on some stuff as others. But we'll give this about another 5 minutes or so, and we'll see if anybody shows up. Thank you, Jace, for showing up. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Mr. Lanchester. Hi, Donna. And how are you today? This afternoon. I guess it would be still for you. Oh. Can you hear me okay? I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. Hi, Miss Heather. So, Heather, you need to come over for dinner. We're about to trip to Life Fantastic, especially for next week's video. I think you'll like it. So I haven't decided on dinner yet, though. I think you'll like. I know you guys will like it. Yeah, probably next Thursday will be good. I'm actually going out to my son's house next Wednesday. He wants to. He's taking an interest in learning how to make cheesecakes, and which is awesome. He's actually him and his wife Megan, who have been a godsend. Ooh, a jam cake? No. What does that involve? That sounds wonderful. Is it like a sponge cake or? Oh, you're fine with your spelling. I can't spell either. That's why I talk a lot because I can't spell. Um, no, I've never heard of. Is it something that involves like a cake with jams in it, or is it made with the jam in the cake? That sounds crazy good. Um, but yeah, my son he's starting to do. He took over my website for me, and his young wife Megan, who's absolutely awesome, has actually taken over my social media account with the business page, and that's freaking incredible. So we're hoping to get that moving. And with them being up in northern Ohio, it'll help progress that. Which I can't wait for to see how that works out. Everything seems to be growing, and I absolutely love it, hands down. So it's weird. Sorry, I keep looking down here. I've got right here on the bottom of my phone because I'm on my phone talking to you, but I have my computer on behind you, and I can't. It doesn't have audio, so well, it doesn't have a mic, so I can't talk on it. So I keep looking down here so I can see the comments because I cannot read to save my life on this phone. It's just too small, and I'm too old, um, which is horrible. Make a cake like you normally do, then put blackberry jam or strawberry jam in the cake mix. Ooh, that sounds really good. We need to try that. That would be fun to do here. Um, I was saying earlier before you guys showed up, I was thinking about, I was talking to Mr. Lanchester, and I was saying something about how maybe down the road, just for ideas, a live stream, we could do a live stream with some cooking or baking. I think that would be fun, and then and just some conversation and whatnot. But that would be up to you guys. Live streaming, I'm new to. I have no idea what is a good time to live stream, when to live stream, other than in the evenings. And I have so many people from so many different areas. It would be hard to get a time together because I've got subscribers that I talk to in overseas that right now it's first thing in the morning. So I don't know how to play that. I've been doing good. It's been up and down. I mean, I'm sure as you know, yeah, it's like we were doing well. Physically, I'm feeling good. But then, yeah, it just seemed like my world got rocked a little bit when my young friend passed away. That was a rough one. I mean, it's still a rough one. It hasn't changed any one iota. Nobody that young should have to ever pass away. And I'll miss her a lot. She was a good, dear little friend. She's a great employee, but she was a good friend. But that's what kind of happens when you get close to. I mean, and Heather, you would know this as you would being in the same industry. You get close quick with people. And I was her first boss, and all that, and that. So for her, even though she had left me, she went to work for another company, and she went to work with her mom, and so I didn't get I hadn't actually worked with her in a little while, but we still talked all the time, and that really it did. It was just a horribly bad thing. That's all right. She's in a better place now, I hope, and yeah, we'll be moving on. She is actually, it's kind of cool, and I don't think I ever did a video on it, but I did a video using it. But I did show it. She is the only associate I've ever had in the 30 years I've been in restaurants, 30 plus years I've been in restaurants, that ever actually got me anything for Christmas. And she got me these cookie molds that you can make essentially shot glasses out of cookies with when you bake them. And it was the coolest thing ever. And I've made them a couple times, filled them with pudding. But it so I'll probably start using those on March 6th every year now. I had a friend die a few years back, right at the beginning of COVID, and she died July 27th. And so every year on that day, I make something that involves orange cake because that was the last thing me and her swapped ingredients with or recipes for. And that was always fun. But I'm really interested in this jam cake, so if you Heather, if you come over for dinner, that might be what we end up with for dessert. Yeah, it does. It does. You're certainly right, Ben. I mean, I know you would know. Thank you. Thank you. That makes me feel good. You like the videos, hands down. Yeah, it's so cool to see people on here. You guys have no idea really how much I enjoy making videos for you guys. And most of the time, I think they're horrible videos, and I don't understand exactly why you come around. But I'm glad you do, and I really hope everybody gets something out of them. Now I know, like Ben and Heather, they if you guys don't know, I have guests over pretty regular. So if you're ever in the Central Ohio area and want to stop by, come on in. Let's have dinner. But Ben and Heather, they live near us. I worked with Ben at one point. And Heather is dear friends with Ben, and she tags along, and she's become a very dear friend of mine. Yeah, and they hands down enjoy good conversation at dinner. I really do have good conversation at dinner. I invite the neighbors over, make a friend. Everything I say at the end of my videos, I truly do. Yeah. I appreciate that. Yeah, I really, I thank you. That's very kind. I know I get the biggest kick out of when people tell me that my videos are too long or I talk too much. I do talk too much. Hands down. But there's a reason for that. A, it's conversation. B, for the most part, everything I do, I do for the first time. That is no lie. For the most part, everything I bake or cook, I do for the first time, and I want to go slow. I want to have conversation. It gives you time to understand why we're doing it, and to actually do it with me if that's what you want. When I started cooking again, I'm glad to hear that, Ben. You guys are very dear to us both too. Me and Chris both. Um, but when I started this channel, or started back on this channel, we were cooking pretty regular. It was right at the beginning of the pandemic when they started shutting everything down, right? And I had to continue to work, as so did Ben and Heather. Because we were in restaurants, and I had learned that 51% of the U.S. population, over half, barely, but over half, relied on restaurants to eat because they didn't know how to cook. You know, at least nothing that was truly nutritional of value, or and that bothered me. So I thought, you know what, let's keep on cooking on this channel. Let's make that a priority. We'll take our time. We'll go slow. That way people can learn, and they'll understand why they're doing what they're doing and how. That, and and we still do that to this day. I don't go fast. I could, but YouTube's not a fast format, right? I mean, nobody puts on fast videos, so to speak, not 2 and 3 minute videos. And if you're new to cooking or baking or gardening or canning, you don't want that. You don't want a TikTok video. You don't want a Reels video. It's something you want, something that will teach you so you understand and do it proper. Especially when it comes to canning and processing, doing it improper can kill you or somebody else. And that you definitely don't want. Don't want to make anybody sick or die. Um, so that's important. But and I think before you guys got here, and when I was just kind of running my mouth, um, with this channel, they tell you in the YouTube world that you should have uh, a single focus on what your channel should be. I have so many things I want to show you, hands down, things I want to do. So I kind of incorporated it because it all has something to do with food in a way. Even car repair, you got to get to the grocery store, has something to do with food. The remodel we're getting ready to do, which has been crazy. You guys should see what we've done. I've been videoing it as I've gone along, but there is no more cabinets at all in the dining room. There's no more carpet in the dining room. Tomorrow I will start tearing down drywall. I'm gonna do one wall at a time, and I'm gonna run the new wiring in. I got a little bit of time because let me tell you, um, this kind of aggravates the heck out of me. I don't talk much politics in public because if there's two things that you shouldn't talk about in public, it's politics and religion. Guaranteed to make somebody mad. So I try to steer away from both. But for a brief second, oh, yep, you sure did. And I got more pictures to put up. Yes, we have plenty of room for your giant legs. Matter of fact, we'll have a island that's going to have bar stools for Ben's a very tall guy. But we're gonna talk politics for a second because of all the shenanigans that's been going on in our political world, well, around the world in general. My stove that I ordered, because for the first time ever, I get stuff that matches. I get matching kitchen appliances. I have to wait on my stove to get here from overseas, and because of everything that's going on, none of my stuff is going to be here now until May 3rd, May 4th. So now I've got a month and a half to get everything done instead of what was going to be 3 weeks, then a month, and now a month and a half. Shenanigans. But that's all right. It'll be fun when it gets done. Yeah, I've never had matching stuff before, so that's going to be really exciting. You know, it's not the most expensive stuff in the world, but it matches. It's a good place to start, right? You know, by Ken Rollins, who, if you don't know who he is, he's big time chef or cook. He's a trail cook. Got like 5 million subscribers on YouTube. And he says you can't get full on fancy, and you can't, and you don't need a fancy kitchen to make a good meal, right? Or have company. So, but I do need more room. This little galley area is just not cutting it anymore. I need something that I have everything close at hand. Yeah, right now I have got dishes in 4 different areas of my house. So to try to get them all together is a pain in the butt, especially when putting things together for videos. I could spend almost 2 hours getting stuff together for videos, and it's obnoxious, hands down. What do you guys think? What would be a good day to uh, do live streams? Yeah, or what format would you like to see with live streams? Oh, Donna, if you're still around, um, about how much of the jam would you put in that cake? Like a quarter cup, half cup, a lot, a little. Yeah, or is it just, or do you just kind of eyeball it? That's a good idea, hands down. I like it, hands down. It, the only thing that scares me about live streaming cooking, but I want to, I do want to, because it looks like fun, and I've seen it done a couple different ways. Is I'm always afraid it's going to take too long. Um, you know, not that that should matter, but at the same time, but I don't think it. I think that could eventually be a possibility, hands down. Because I've got plenty. I mean, even though we've done, can you believe I have 540 videos out? Um, and between cooking and dinners and desserts, and there are still a million quick meals out there, like the one I did 2 weeks ago with the French bread, you know, and with the toppings on it. And how many hours? Streams for like 4 to 12 hours. Wow, that's a long time. That people think I talk a lot. You know, that 12, I couldn't imagine. I just wow. But all the same, um, well, you know, I'll buy that. I know a couple fish people that do aquatic fish and fish stores. They will live stream on holidays for 12 hours, and that absolutely amazes me that they go that long. Yeah, I would. My attention span would be horrible for that. Yeah, although there's people now I watch when I'm not shooting videos and tearing down houses and rebuilding them and running restaurants. I really like to watch ghost hunting shows. And um, the YouTubers that do those, their live streams will be anywhere from an hour to 5 hours. But I think cooking would be fun. Right now, at least for the first couple, two, three, I think it's going to be me learning, so to speak. Because like right now, trying to read, although it's a blessing that I don't have quite the people that some of these guys have, where it just flies, you know, through the comments, so I can actually read them, which is awesome. Because that was not that I can't read, but that was a big fear of my wife Chris's, that it would move so quickly that, or, you know, or I wouldn't be able to see them, or I'd get distracted and wouldn't be able to, and I would miss a question. Um, but I think cooking through a live stream would be good. Um, you know, I only because I like to talk to you guys. I think it seems to be better to be able to see your comments now and answer questions than uh, wait until you comment on one of the videos. I only because I know it can be a while. Sometimes I'll get comments on videos that I don't remember I even made, which is not the best thing. But at the same time, with 500 some videos, then I have to go back and watch it, which isn't bad either. Yeah. True, true. The in and out, hands down. Okay, on the cups of jams. Yeah, I know sometimes with live stream, you're right. It is hard to do, especially with stuff like that. That's what Chris was talking about was having her read my comments while I stream, so that way I don't get completely distracted. They, but with the hour stream, it is hard for people to make time just because there, at least in my case, and I'm sure this holds true for a lot of people. There are people all over the world that watch my videos. So to get them in, I know even like with Donna there in the feed, she lives. There's a 3 hour time difference between my time and her time. So if she's busy working, it maybe she won't be able to see it right away, and wouldn't be able to hop on. I have friends England, Scotland, that I talk to. Yeah, and they can make it a speaker. Oh yeah, I could even use a Bluetooth speaker. You say or AirPod. Yeah, which that's still a crazy thought. I never thought. There's a lot of things I never thought I would see. Yes, you are. I knew you were from Arkansas. I didn't know where in Arkansas. So yeah, you are. There's 3 hour difference because I'm here in Ohio. Yeah. Oh, that would be much appreciated, hands down. Thank you. Yeah, no, that's awesome. I really appreciate that. Streaming is something that is completely new to me. I remember a time when I swore it down I would never make a YouTube video. I actually had a sorry if you can hear the young Bo, my neighbor, the dog next door. He loves to let the world know he's outside when he's out there. Um, no, I'm live on YouTube.
On YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm like.
That's Chris. You guys want to see what she looks like?
No.
Here, hold on. There she is. Say hi.
Hello.
Yeah.
That's just rude.
But yeah, there was a time I would have never. One cup of butter. Okay. Okay. Donna gave me an idea for a cake she makes. It's a jam cake, and it sounds delightful. Yeah. But they, yeah, there I am. I just heard me. But a gentleman out of Canada, Ben Bauer says hi.
Oh, I see him. He just spelled my name right though.
Oh yeah, Ben. It's with a K, not CH. Oh no, you're fine. You're fine, Donna. Absolutely no problem. But a gentleman out of Canada, and this was not to bring up probably what might be a sore subject for some, I guess, in Canada, but a friend of mine, Mike Pennant in Canada, he had challenged me to a build for handicapped people, people with disabilities, to for fish tanks. What could I do? Come up with an idea for something for fish tanks that would make it easier for disabled people. Well, I ended up making a fish tank stand, and that actually was my very first YouTube video, well, series of videos, was how to build a handicap accessible fish tank stand. And I thought, this is weird. I'm talking to myself, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. But then I don't want to say it became addictive, but it definitely became fun. And I was ready to go down the path of tropical fish, which so many of my friends, on Facebook and YouTube, that's where we all started at. Now, some of us have gone different directions, but obviously I came down with cooking, and that was just out of necessity. Plus, I love to cook and bake. I've done it most of my life. I've almost always worked in restaurants. I've done a lot of other things. I've driven an 18-wheeler. I've worked in oil and gas fields. I've worked in warehouses. I've worked in factories. But I spent most of my time in restaurants. Always went back to restaurants. That's where I ended up at. And I have been with the same restaurant group now for 20 years. And I finally went down to part-time when I started the bakery, and which Chris has been helping me with. And like I said, my son and his wife have just recently joined on to help out, kind of with some of the back of the house stuff that I don't really know about well. And it's starting to become a family affair, and it's starting to grow a little. You know, and I've been very blessed with that. Is it going fast? No. But much like YouTube, it's consistently growing. You know, and I think that's an awesome thing. You know, it's so weird to see everybody on there talking, and that's great. Hey, you guys really, I mean, it's kind of weird. Yeah, I always thought if I had 5 people that watch my videos, I would be a success. But I do want to say we're almost to 4,000. It seems like we've hit a wall. We've not stalled, but we've hit a wall, and we really need to keep that bumping. I would like to see it. I would like to see us hit 5,000 by the end of the year. I think that would be an awesome goal. I actually set that goal for last year, but that would have been over 2,000 new subscribers, and that might have been a hefty goal, hands down. But if we can do 1,000 this year and change, that would be amazing. And a lot of that's just us liking, subscribing, a little bit of luck. I get the oddest videos that that hit the algorithm. Videos I don't think that would do well at all. The banana pudding cheesecake is one of them. I really thought that was a video that was going to go, maybe a few hundred. But then, well, my daughter. That's okay, Donna. We can get together down in the comments afterwards. You can leave it down in there, I think. Hi, other daughter. I got all my kids coming in. That's kind of cool. Are you guys at work? You better not be. Especially you, Miss Tina.
She can shoot you in a YouTube message.
That's what I told her. But now I don't remember where I was. That's all right. I caught the fact my daughter was in there, and I had to make sure they're not, neither of them. One of them's my adopted daughter, but she works for me at my restaurant, and she better not be working right now. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyhow, yeah. So I mean, growing. We got. I like to see it going. And it's not even really about the money, so to speak. I don't make any really. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I don't. I mean, I make a little bit. Not nearly as much as you think. It doesn't cover the bills and it doesn't cover the things. But I look at it this way: we're gonna cook and bake either way it goes. So why not hang out together and do it, right? We have to eat, and that's fun. And I'd love to see our community grow. Could you imagine if we had like a bazillion like-minded people, so to speak? And I can say it all the time I've been doing this, even with the video that did 160,000 views, only a handful of people were rude, which I expect that, hands down, and I just block them. That's one thing I won't tolerate hardly at all. Our neighborhood here is way too diversified, just way too diversified to be nasty and mean. We have every background and age group known to man in this community, and to be mean to each other or to me, it's not tolerable. Hands down. Hey, we won't let that happen. But that's okay. Other than that, I think for the most part we get along very well for being 4,000 strong, right? I think. But yeah. So what do you guys think? What do you guys want to know? What do you guys want to talk about? I'm open to discussion. Yeah, really. my life's kind of an open book for the most part. I've been married to the same woman forever and a day. I got 4 kids, a bunch of adopted kids. Uh, my youngest is getting ready to turn 12. My oldest is like 50. He'll shoot me for saying that. Tonight tonight's dinner was kind of a not really anything. Tonight Chris had corn dogs. Actually, I just had hot dogs. I did something quick and easy. I didn't feel like cooking. I'm tired. I've been really tired lately. Between everything that's going on, I feel like I haven't slept much. It just seems like there's always something else to do. But I did set out some hamburger and a pot roast for later on down the road. Tomorrow we're going to have stromboli for dinner, and that'll be good. So, again, anybody in the Newark area that wants to stop by, it'll be there. Sickness seems to be running through our house. Luckily, I don't feel physically ill, but I am exhausted. I feel like I haven't slept in days, but I'll get over that soon enough. And I think a lot of that just comes from like I said earlier, with the passing of our friend, me, Sarah, and Tina, all 3 knew her. It really put a drain on me, and it's made it a challenge at times. But we're getting through it. Between that and the surgery, that kidney stone surgery was no joke. Please take care of your kidneys. That's all I'm gonna say. I have never had a worse experience in my life. I had my shoulder operated on. I had them. They put holes in my shoulder and went in there and cleaned stuff out. And they ground stuff down and they popped stuff back together. And it wasn't nearly. Thank you, honey. Wasn't nearly as bad as having my kidneys worked on. That kidney stone was no joke. So watch your. It wasn't even. I thought it should be caffeine. Would have been the problem, but it wasn't. It was not caffeine at all, and I drink a lot of caffeine off and on. It was calcium. Calcium, and I that one threw me for a loop, and I don't even know what to do for that. I drink a lot of milk, vitamin D milk. I don't buy into watered down milk, 2% skim milk, things like that. I eat a lot of what turns out to be high in calcium vegetables. And that's no fun. I like vegetables. Fruit can kind of be the same way, depending on the fruit you eat. I eat some fruit, but basically everything I do, calcium. And so that's been a challenge. Here's been the bigger challenge. So they, with the calcium, it's such a balance. Getting old is just horrible. But with the calcium, they prescribe me a medicine that is basically potassium with a citric. I can't remember what it's called. A potassium citrate, which is basically the exact same stuff that are in fruit. Well, I eat oranges. Guess what? It was counteracting with the medicine, and all of a sudden I was, not well because I was putting way too much potassium in my system. Who knew? I liked it better when I was the kids' age, and I didn't have to worry about all this. I spent a long time not going to the doctor and not having a care in the world. Now all of a sudden I spend all my time at the doctor and have every care in the world. Getting old is, it's interesting. Hands down. Right? Death by oranges. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Yeah. But then you think, well, I can't eat bananas while I'm on the medicine either, or potassium. I can do blueberries, maybe. I don't know. But it's just crazy.
Put it in your obituary.
Right? In my obituary, it'll read, died by eating oranges. Because I do eat a lot of it. It's those cuties. Those little mandarin oranges. They're amazing. The ones I was eating here at the beginning of the live stream that most of you guys probably didn't see. I absolutely love those things. And I probably eat 6 to 10 of them a day at the moment. That'll change. I'll get tired of them eventually. Speaking of oranges, newest craze here in the U.S., but I can't remember if it was West Coast or East Coast. Instead of pineapple on a pizza, oranges on a pizza. What is your opinion on that? I think that's I personally think that's horrible, but what do I know? What do you guys think? Oranges with ham or chicken on a pizza? Maybe? Well, I won't say it's horrible, but it doesn't sound horribly tasty. I don't know. What do you guys think? What?
It doesn't even remotely sound good to me.
No, it doesn't sound good at all.
Mm-mm.
Check this out.
You might want to.
I'm not doing anything.
You know, I can see you on my screen.
I know, isn't it cool? But right there's our dining room, Ben Bowers.
Our mess.
Heather. Check it out. I know. Look, our
I don't know if
countertop
that's
has
still
became
on.
a
I don't know if that's still on.
has become a plastic thing. I don't know. But and my foot, you guys won't get to see my my fridge anymore in the corner. It's really kind of sad, but that's all right because we're making progress. So where that whole wall where the window is and the microwave currently is on that table, that's where the stove is going to go, and then that's going to be all counter all the way to the corner.
We'll get there.
Then you round the corner, and that will be where the sink is and the dishwasher, which I'm not altogether sold on a dishwasher, but yeah, I thank you. But Chris wants a dishwasher. Here's my problem with the dishwasher. A, it always gets clogged. At least the last one we had did. But when I cook and bake, I reuse a lot of the same equipment, same tools over and over and over again in a short amount of time. So I don't really just to have to try to run them through the dishwasher. I can wash them quicker, I guess is the thing. But who knows? We'll see about that. But then we got our new fridge. So the new fridge is actually going to go right here to my right, maybe your left.
Brian hopped on.
Good morning. Do what, hon?
Brian hopped on.
Yeah, see.
I messaged him, told him you were alive.
Oh, did you really?
He says good morning.
Yeah, he's silly. Now my 50-year-old son is here with us too.
Did you say you're 50-year-old? That makes you really old.
That makes me good looking. Let's just get that straight. But they, to my right is where our fridge is going to go because, interesting fact, we didn't pay attention to the size of the fridge when we ordered it, and it's a big one. It is a 28 cubic foot fridge.
Absolutely.
It's 36 inches wide, 34 inches deep, and like 7 foot tall, 6 foot tall. It's huge. Which is good because we do a lot of I do a lot of cookies, full sheets of cookies, and I like to refrigerate the dough before it goes in the oven. It's also a good place to keep full-size cakes, which works well. I mean, I have a thing to keep full-size cakes in, but it would be nicer if I could keep them all in one spot. But yeah, the fridge is a little big. So when we take out this countertop here, the countertop me and you've been hanging at now for the last 3.5 years, 2.5 years, there'll be a fridge here. Fridge and some shelves for plants in one corner. That way they get that sunlight coming in. I love plants. They are just the best thing in the world to play with. And if I can get a shot of her, you'll get to meet our temporary foster cat, Frankie. Yeah, now, I'm not a fan of cats. This one's pretty cool. I think. She hasn't come out from under the bed, but I remember when she arrived as a kitten, and I thought she was cute then, and I still think she's pretty cute. So hopefully she'll come out of the bedroom and settle in nicely for a little while. And that way, we can get along. Yeah. Anyone that's hopped
I
on
meant to say
have
hop.
So you're there. That's right. That's my one admit person so far. Watch it. She's a rough one. You know, just rough as tough as nails too. So you gotta be careful. Um, and since my entire company is here, my bakery, all my bakery employees are here. We could just have a makeshift Zoom meeting where I get to do all the talking, which would be great. Yeah, I mean literally. Oh well, no, we're missing one employee, Megan. She's not here yet, but that's all right. Yeah, free slave employee. We can't say slave, honey. That's rude. You know.
Oh, I don't mean.
We're kind of no, yeah, kind of. Yeah. We're 49 and a half. That's right. That makes me 6 months younger. Yeah, no, we can't do that because that makes me 6 months less good looking. And that would be not cool. Not cool at all. Yeah. It's been fun. Been an interesting live stream. I really never thought we would make it this far. But I do like the idea of doing the cooking. Maybe one night we can cook a meal together. I think that would be a lot of fun. Yeah, I know. My friend, yeah, that's on here had recommended or said something about me doing live streams while I was remodeling, and that might even be a possibility too, as something to do. The problem is remodeling's boring. I mean, and I've been filming it for the most part, so you'll get to see every aspect of it in a video. That I'll probably won't put anything out for a couple weeks because I really want to get the wall tore down, the electric put in, and get insulation shot before I get anything else done. Like I said, it's not. I mean, it's a big hurry because now we've started, right? I mean, as far as getting everything in, countertops. Countertops are going to be a treat. We're going to do it kind of different. Um, Habitat for Humanity almost always has kitchens that they've gotten from somebody that's torn them out of a house. And since I don't know exactly what size, I mean I know what size, how much room I have for cabinets, but I don't know what size cabinets I'm going to use other than the sink cabinet and the corner cabinets. So we'll try to place cabinets we can buy from Habitat for Humanity, and then we're going to actually build the rest of the cabinets, which you guys will get to see builds of, and those I might live stream for those who want to see it. I think that would be fun, hands down fun to do together. And it's been a long time since I've built a cabinet. I used to do that for a living too. I've done a lot. Wait till you guys read my book. You're gonna love it. It is going to be a treat. Between ghost hunting, working in warehouses and factories, working in the oil and gas fields. I mentioned ghost hunting. That was like the coolest thing I got to add to my list of things I've done. And people I've met, although I've not really met any famous ghosts, I don't think. Not yet. But give it time. You never know. If I learned nothing else as I've gotten older, you never really know what tomorrow's going to bring. Hands down. Hands down. All right.
Are you
I know.
wrapping it up at 8?
Yeah, I'm probably going to wrap it up here now. I think about an hour is a good solid first live stream. And next Thursday will be a video. So why don't we plan on every other Thursday for right now until you guys vote me out of office and tell me different. And we'll meet up about 7 o'clock. And then that way we can, right? She's incoming. Well, if she's incoming, then I'm not going to wrap it up because that would be rude. But that's all right. You tell my daughter-in-law I love her all the same. She's my favorite. Out of all of them, she's my favorite daughter-in-law, hands down. So, and you never know, next live stream we do, maybe it'll just be over here at the kitchen table and it'll be me and Chris both. Yeah. I'll have her put on her good makeup. That'll be fun. Yeah. Hi, my favorite daughter-in-law. I'm so glad to see you. My day is complete now. shucks. I'm honored you're here. Really. Yeah. Ugh. But and Donna Wilson, if you guys should see Donna in the comments, make sure everybody tells her hello. She's hands down my favorite subscriber at the moment. She comments on everything. She gives me some of the best advice, and that's okay. She gives me some of the best advice. She's actually helped my channel to grow. She is like the subscriber I never knew I needed, and has been very good to me over the last probably year and a half. And she's awesome, just absolutely awesome. I have it's funny. I have this like niche group that I talk to all the time, and it grows a little more every day. And they are some of the best people. I have yet to actually talk to anybody bad that's been worthwhile. Yeah, like I said, the handful that have been rude, we've gotten rid of pretty quick. But that's all right. Looking like Santa, I am, and it's not going to stop. I'm just going to let it go. For those of you that want to order from me, I do wear nets and gloves and all that stuff when I cook and bake for people. I have a whole entourage of safety equipment that I use that I don't necessarily use when it's just us baking together or cooking together. But he doesn't. Yes, I do. But I like it. I like it. Worked very hard at it. So anyway. All right. I am going to wrap this bad boy up. I think we had a good first live stream. Every other Thursday, we'll shoot for 7 o'clock. Unless you guys tell me otherwise. Hands down. That being said, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you haven't already. Get those videos going.
Jenny.
Let hello, Miss Little. Well, former Miss Little. Your cat is doing well. She hasn't come out, not yet. Well, she came out 3 times, and all 3 times, as soon as she saw me, she booked right back under the bed in the bedroom, and then she just almost came out just a little bit ago. She's adorable. I do remember her. I couldn't remember who she was until Brian got here this morning with her, and what a wonderful cat. I think she will have a good time living here while she does. But, yeah, she's hanging out, having a good time. All right, 2 Thursdays from now, next live stream. Next week, I don't know what we're going to do for dessert, but dinner, I think we're probably going to do a stromboli, or there's this thing out now, it's called garbage bread. Huh?
Cook on Thursday for your live.
Yeah, I could cook on Thursday for my. I don't know. We'll see. That's 2 weeks down the road. That's a long way away. But I know next week we're gonna do. Well, it's called garbage bread now, but I always knew it as stromboli. It's something I've made for like forever. But that's probably what we're gonna make, and I think we're gonna have a good time with it. Desserts. I don't know. Not as of yet. But I'm sure it won't be healthy. I'm sure it'll be really good. Because usually if it's not healthy, it tastes good. So until then, I love you. I love you guys. I love all of you very much. And tell somebody else that you love them. That's important. Somebody will need to hear it. I guarantee it. And even if they don't really need to hear it, they think they do. It's gonna be a smile. Everybody wants to smile, right? So until next week. Oh, you tell Anthony I said hello and I love him. I miss him. I wish I could see him every day. That's my grandson, if you don't know. He's awesome. It's like my whole family's here. That's like cool way to get to see all my family, at least talk to them. But anyhow, I love you guys, and I will see you next Wednesday for dinner, Thursday for dessert. All right? See you then. Bye-bye.